Well, hey everyone, and welcome to another episode with your girl, Audrey Codner from ACG Math Tutoring. So, if you're having trouble with algebra, maybe you're trying to get your GED, your ASVAB, your ACCUPLACER, your TEAS test, any kind of algebra, if you're currently in Algebra 1, Algebra 2, getting ready for your SATs, your ACTs, well then this is the live for you. What I do is I show you a couple of problems. You put the answers in the comments. If you don't know what the answer is, you can put a question mark in there. And then I go over how exactly is one way or maybe an alternate way of basically how to solve the problem. So as you can tell, the first one, we have w plus 7 equals 357. And it says, what value of w is the solution to the given equation? Is it A, 51, B, 350, C, 364, or D, 3,577? All you have to do is just put the letter into the comments, and then after a minute or maybe a little time, just to give you some time to work it out, then I go over it. It's as easy as that. All right, just one way of getting you guys nice up and started. All right, so we have Shayna, is that it? With the B. Okay, Daryl, I guess, with the 350. Okay, Yoda saying B, Louise saying B, Leslie with B. Hello, Angela's with the B. King Nick, praise you. All right, so B. Okay, is that Dribbly King? Okay, with the B. It's need a lot of time to be resolved. Well, for you, it may not be, but there are some people that haven't been in school for a while. It might take them a little bit extra time, plus to give some people time to come on in. So I appreciate your comment. Appreciate it. Chicken, will this be? Will this be what chicken? Okay, Yoda, I see you again with the B. So, if anything, we want to know what plus 7 is going to give me my 357. So if we easily see it, we could either subtract the 7 on both sides, or we can just do a fill in to see which one's going to give us a true statement, which our answer is exactly B, because 350 plus 7 gives us 357. So for the next one, we have which expression is equivalent to 16 times x plus 15? Is it A, 16x plus 31, B, 16x plus 240, C, 16x plus 1, or D, 16x plus 15? All you have to do is just put your answer into the chat. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. So we have B's. Okay, Louise B. Okay, you meant B. Got you. So Rachel B. Obama B, S B, Angela B, Loaded Max B, Kingry D, Leslie B. This isn't that one. Is it Eubin? Is with a B? Help me with the pronunciation. Okay, Bista with a B. Okay, Jill with the D, and Halo with a B. All right, so I saw combinations of some B's and some D's, which is great that we all know it's not going to be A nor C. So what we're basically doing is the distributive property. So we're taking that 16 and we're distributing to everything inside the parenthesis. Because if we do order of operation, there's nothing in the parenthesis for us to combine. Because we have an x and we have a constant, they are not like terms. So you notice all of them are giving me 16x. So we got our 16x and we have our plus. Then we need to do multiplication. So 16 times 5. This one was doing subtraction. That's out. Okay? This one was not even doing the distributor property with the 15. So that's out. And this one is adding the 16 with the 15. That's out. So your answer again is going to be B. Okay? Good. All right. So now, flashcard break. This is something new that I'm going to be adding to the mix because a lot of us are still not getting it. So right here, give me what my solution is. We have n to the second power over n to the fourth power. Try to do the best you can to put my exponents in, but what would that equal? Just go ahead and put that in the chat. Good memories came, yes. Okay, so Harvey is saying n to the power of -2. Okay, we have n to the 8th, n to the -2, 1 over n squared. Oh, don't hate math. Math doesn't hate you. It's how it was presented to you, Swag, okay? All right, so n with the -2, n with squared, n to the half power, okay, 2 minus 4. Okay, you're confused. I'm going to show you in a moment. Okay. All right, watch your lives for a month straight. Oh, good job. Oh, everyone, give a little celebration. That's awesome. I'm so glad you passed it. Good job. Oh, that's awesome. All right, thanks for the follow. Nice, nice. Good. All right, so let's take a look. Yes, when you are dividing, you are subtracting the exponents. So let me see if I can steal an extra piece of paper so we're not wasting my cover. All right, so if we do this, we imagine this if I expand it. So you have 2 n's in the numerator. You have 4 n's in the denominator. So if I cancel, n divided by n will give me 1. N divided by n, that will give me 1. So 1 times 1, that leaves me with a 1 in the numerator. What's left in the denominator? We have 2 n's. So if we have our 2 n's, that gives me n squared, because n times n gives me n squared. Now, if we did with the subtraction, that would have been n 2 minus 4, which does give me n to the -2nd. Now, I didn't ask to make sure it's positive, but I'm going to tell you, in testing, they are going to ask to keep your exponent to be positive. So anytime you have a negative exponent, it's almost like that expression is going to be over 1. So when you want to make this into a positive exponent, we have to basically drop it down into the denominator. So what's going to happen is your 1's going to be in your numerator, and now down in your denominator is going to be n to the positive second power. So if you don't understand the extended form, which you're just basically canceling out and see how many of the variables are left and where are they left? Are they left in the numerator or the denominator? Or you subtract your exponents, you get that negative exponent, that means it has to drop into the denominator. Exhibit A, this will be your answer. Okay, all right. Okay, all right, let's try another one. Oh, let's try this one. 4 to the 3rd over 4 to the 5th. Okay, put my answer down into the comments. Yeah, it should, Prince. It should. Yeah, you don't want to usually leave your answers with a negative exponent. Oh, you just took a test on this today? Awesome. Okay. So Bista's saying 1/16. Okay, writing. Okay, you got your 1/4 to the second power was 4th to the second power. Kayla's using it as a decimal. Okay. Danick is saying 1/16. Okay, Jeremiah is saying 1/4. Okay, my blue heart is saying 1/16. Angela is saying 1/4. Okay, 1 to the second power, 1/4 to the second. Okay, Frankie, I see you. King, I see you. Okay, Nash, you got my 4/10. Okay, Z is saying 1/16. Shar is saying 4 raised to the negative. Okay, Felicity is saying 1/16. Hi, TB. Okay, Jerry Bear, how are you? Thanks for sharing the live. Jerry Bear. Okay, Frankie D. All right, so 1/4 to the second power. How the heck are y'all getting this? Well, I'm going to show you. Now, if we think about it, let me bring back my little bit of piece of paper again. So if we're thinking 4 to the third over 4 to the fifth. So this is saying that I have 3 4s being multiplied to each other. That's what 4 to the third power means. Now 4 to the fifth, that means I'm multiplying that base to itself 5 times. So let me take this out the way, raise this up a little bit. So if I cancel out or divide, 4 divided by 4, that gives me 1. 4 divided by 4, that gives me 1. 4 divided by 4, that gives me 1. So 1 times 1 times 1, that gives me a 1. How many 4s are left? Well, there's 2 of them. 4 to the second power. Now, 4 to the second power is equivalent to 4 times 4. And 4 times 4, that gives us 16. So we're bringing that 1 from the numerator over, and our official answer is going to be 1/16. Now, if you did the subtraction, let me use a different color here. Originally, it was 4 to the third over 4 to the fifth. When you divide and you have the same base, you're subtracting the exponents. So that means I keep my base of 4. Then my exponent is 3 minus 5. Well, 3 minus 5, that gives me a -2. So anytime I have a negative exponent, I need to flip it. Okay? So normally it's going to be over 1. If I flip it, that means I want to drop that 4 squared down in the denominator. When I drop it, it goes from negative to positive. And then something has to be in the numerator, which will be my 1. So then this will look similar to what we did up here. So 1 over 4 squared, that gives us 1/16. Okay. So this is how we have 4 over 4 to the fifth. And then here's the explanation with the breakdown. Okay. Yep. All right. So these are some of the things. There is a reason. Based off of the multiple questions or multiple answers I'm getting, this is the reason why I do this. Okay. So now for the next one, trying to get all this stuff done before my next tutoring session. All right, so the table, I think you guys can see the table. All right, cool. The table summarized members of a local organization by age and whether they live east or west of the river. If a member of the organization is selected at random, what is the probability that the selected member is at least 40 years old? Is it A, 28 and 135ths? Is it B, 35 and 135ths? Is it C, 100 over 135? Or is it D, 107 over 135? Is your answer A, B, C, or D? And if you're not too sure, remember you do have the question mark that you can use. So it kind of tells me how much in detail do I need to do. Have I heard about Anne Arundel County Public Schools? I used to work in Anne Arundel County Public Schools for about 7 years, a long time ago. Is there a hidden method explaining why when you flip it to make it positive? There is, but not today. I'm trying to get as much as I can done as possible. Okay, so we're seeing D. Nate, welcome back, Nate. Is D. Justin, I forgot to say welcome back to you as well. We got a period. Rashana, got a period? Okay. Andy is with a D. Oh, question mark. There we go. Okay, gotcha. I was like, what's up with the period? Is that Nakia with a D? J with a D, Gel with a D, and D with question marks. Okay, Justin, I saw you. Okay. Now, I know some people are being silent because they're not quite sure what's going on. All right. One, we're doing probability. Okay, the one thing of probability, it's always what you're looking for over your total. So what are they looking for? They're looking for that a selected member is at least 40 years old. All right. So the selected member that's at least 40 years old. So we got 18 and we have 89. So the total of the at least 40 years old is 107. So that's what we're looking for. So now they want to know the total of all of the data. So that means the ones that are less than 40 years old and the ones that are at least 40 years old. So the total of our data is going to be 135. So our answer is going to be D. Okay. Yep, all of them are 135 exactly. Yep, all of them are the same. All right, so yep, so if you picked D, you got it. All right, so let me see if I can do one more before we do another flashcard. All right, so we have 3x. Ooh, let me make it bigger now. Okay, so 3x equals 12. Negative 3x plus y equals negative 6. The solution to the given system of equations is x comma y. What is the value of y? Is it A, negative 3, B, 6, C, 18, or D, 30? Again, just put in school for real, for real. Okay, good. All right. So, Levin, Robbie, okay, with the B's, King Nick with an A. Lady, welcome back, same B. Big G Money, how are you? Okay, it's going to be a quick one because I do have somebody at 4. So I did try to promise to come on here. I'm trying as best I can, guys. We have our B's, we got C's, we got code name father with B, DAFA with B. What level is this? I think someone asked that before too. This is a combination. This is a little bit of SAT prep, a little bit of ASVAB, ACCUPLACER, GED, and TEAS test. So it's a lot of algebra. Right now we're working on a lot of algebra 1, kind of. Okay, negative 6, not positive 6. Okay, so you got negative 6. Okay. All right, so you got T's. Okay, with glow, I got you. BGA. Okay, so it's A and C. So some order of operations in there next time. I did. And you can when you hire me. Hi. Okay, you passed your 30 because ACCUPLACER for nursing school. Awesome. Good job. Let's do another little celebration. Who is that? Everyone's like flashing by here. Yep, you missed it. Don't worry, it'll come back. Just like math. Math always circles around. I am so glad you guys are getting something out of this. Thank you. Because it makes me wonder sometimes. All right, let's take a look before we do another flashcard thingy. All right, so we have 3x is equal to 12. Negative 3x plus y is equal to negative 6. So now, we want to know the value of y. So key thing, system of equations. We can solve system of equations 3 ways. We can either graph it, but we're not going to do that. That takes too much time. We can do substitution. Yeah, we could probably substitute. Or we can do elimination. Now, this is telling me what 3x equals. And I'm going to show you both substitution and elimination. So if I want to do substitution, this is saying 3x. Here's a 3x. So I could substitute that 3x for my 12. So then it'll look like this. Negative 12 plus y is equal to negative 6. Okay, we're doing substitution this round. Okay, it told me what 3x is. There was 3x in the other equation. You could substitute that bad boy in. Now we want to solve for y. So in order for me to do that, I have to do the inverse of subtracting 12, which is adding 12. Okay, because negative 12 plus 12 will give me 0. I don't need that placeholder of 0 because I still have this y on the left-hand side of the equal sign. So now negative 6 plus 12. It's almost like I have $12 and I spent 6. Guess what? Good days. I still have 6. So my answer for y, because that's what they want us to find, is going to be B, 6. So that's using substitution. Another way is you could have done elimination. So you had 3x is equal to 12. Slide this over a bit. The other equation was negative 3x plus y is equal to negative 6. If I wanted to, I could eliminate my x's. One's positive, one's negative. In order for me to eliminate that, I need to add those two together. So that means I'm adding these two equations together. So base, boom, boom, that's gone. What's left on the left side equal sign is a y. So now I got 12 plus a negative 6, which gives me 6. Again, your answer is B. So you could have done with substitution, or you could have done this with elimination. All right. Okay. All right. So let's try this. Let's see if we can get a solving. We'll do some substitution. All right. Let me unshrink. Simplify. Okay, simplify. Put in what is my answer. Okay, I got my Dot with 64, got Timmy with a 64, Queen Marie with 64, Nems with 64, Glow with 64. Not enough to explain, break it down for me. Well, I haven't done anything yet. I just showed it to you. I want you to see what you can do first. All right, Nakia with 64. Was that Razor with 64? Josh 64. Randy? No. So 64. All right. So we got this. We got that. All right, so let's take a gander. We got 64, Magic 64, and Time Waster 64, Sethan 64, Morgan 64, Big G Money 64, Hugo with a 16. All right, so let's take a look. Do not forget, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally from left to right. That's the part that everyone misses. So brackets are going to be considered my parentheses, but at the same time, we have parentheses within the brackets. So that means we have our 4 plus 8, that gives us 12. So inside our brackets, we have 20 minus our 12, and that's being raised to the second power. So now we're still inside the brackets. So 20 minus 12, that gives me 8. And that 8 is being raised to the second power. So Done with that parenthesis, now we're looking at our exponent. So 8 to the second power is not 16. 8 to the second power is the same as saying 8 times 8, which is the equivalent to 64. Okay? All right? So make sure we're doing it step by step. Okay? That's what we're doing. Those who teach can't do? Cool. Nice. I love being on your algorithm now, so you're stuck with me. All right, so if we take a look at this one, let's get with this evaluation. What is my answer? So I have 4 times x minus 2y over x plus y, when x is equal 4 and y is equal to negative 2. How'd you get the 12? 4 plus 8. Who said that? Paige. So Paige, how we got the 12 on the last one? We did 4 plus 8. Okay, good job, Bella. Okay, yes, you're welcome, Paige. Okay. All right, Dwayne saying 16. Josh saying 16. Oh, Vandy Bear saying 16. Okay. But you cheated. Okay. All right, so Timmy with 16, Angela with 16, Aaron, hey Aaron, saying 16, Time Waster saying negative 8, Dot saying 2, Glow saying 12. So buy one of your books off A. Yes, you can. Do you have a tease test, please? Just basically a lot of the algebra. Okay, a lot of the algebra is going to be part of it. All right, so I'm seeing 16s, I'm seeing 4s, I'm seeing negative 4s. Okay, let's take a look. So we're substituting anytime we see an x, we're going to put a 4. So it's going to look like this. 4 parenthesis, 4 minus 2, and instead of a y, we're going to put a negative 2. Okay, so now when we're looking at it, we're going to be still doing inside the parenthesis. So let me cover this up so it won't be too intensive. So what we're doing inside the parenthesis, we have this minus 2, which is really a negative 2. A negative 2 times a negative 2 gives me a positive. Only in math when 2 negatives give you something positive. All right, so in actuality, we're looking at 4 times 4 plus 4, and it's over 4 plus a negative 2. So now we're looking at inside the parenthesis. We got 4 plus 4. Now 4 plus 4 gives you 8. So this will be 4 times 8. And then your denominator, you have 4 plus negative 2, which is the same as saying 4 minus 2, which gives us 2. So from here, you can do one of two things. You can either divide the 8 and the 2, since this is multiplication, or you can divide the 4 and the 2, or you can multiply the 4 and the 8 and then divide by 2. You're going to get the same answer anyway, okay? So if I decide to cancel out the 4 and the 2, I'm going to put that one answer over here. That will give me 2 times 8, which will give me 16. If I decide to do 8 divided by 2, that will give me 4. So that will be 4 times 4. That will give me 16. And if I decide to multiply the 4 and the 8, that will give me 32. And then I have to take half of 32, which is also 16. So no matter what, you're going to get your answer of 16. Okay. All right. Yes. So make sure, because there are some people that were kind of mixing up the positive and negatives, and that happens all the time, okay? So we want to take it step by step. So let's do one more, and then Mama has to skedaddle, okay? All right, so let's go right back to the exponents. Let's see what you have learned. What is 2x raised to the third power? Put that into the chat. How can you buy some of my cards? I'm going to tell you in a mo. After this problem, I'm going to tell you real quick, and then we'll be all ready to go. All right, so I'm seeing some 8x's. I'm seeing some 8x's. Okay, you got accepted. Good job, Justin. Congratulations. Okay, do big things. Make sure you network. When you're in college, that's all you should be doing. Going to class and networking like a mother. All right, because you have to think about your next steps. So I'm seeing 8x, 8x. I'm seeing 2x to the fourth. I'm seeing 8x to the third, Tommy. I'm seeing Sass with 8x. I'm seeing 8x, 8x cubed, 8x cubed. Okay, is it 8x cubed? I'm seeing 8x. And this is the main reason why I do these cards, because there's a combination of 8x and also 8x cubes, and some people remembered to cube the x's and forgot to cube the 2. Okay, something that is vital. All right, so let's take a look. So when you have parentheses, that means everything inside that parentheses. So 2x raised to the third power. That means everything inside of this parenthesis is being raised to the third power. So that means the 2 is being raised to the third power and the x is being raised to the third power. So now, what is 2 to the third power? A lot of you guys told me that, which is great, which is 8. Because 2 times 2 times 2 will give us 8. But don't forget about the x being cubed. This will be your answer. So 8x to the third power. And there is your breakdown. Okay? So everything is being raised to the third power. 2 to the third power, that's 2 times 2 times 2, which gives me 8. And then x to the third power just comes on down. Now, if you want to have a lot of my cards, I have a whole bunch of cards that does evaluation, simplifying, and solving. I also have some cards with the exponents, and I also have my workbooks. If you are thinking about getting your GED, your ASVAB, your ACCUPLACER, and you need some assistance. Hey, I put together over Christmas break this book, Algebra at Your Pace. I know it's kind of really tight knit, but we're just gonna have to do it like this because I have to go soon. Right now, volumes 1 through 6 is out. This is the first volume. I'm gonna wait till my other ones, and then I'm gonna actually do a live, which breaks all this stuff down. So what happens is you get a QR code, and it's just me instructing you. So say for this one is square roots. When you look at the QR code, you can put your notes all the way down here. On the opposite side, there's a section where you can do practice problems, and you can write all your notes all in one book. No more switching over here, over there. No more jumping on YouTube, pulling whatever you can pull and see what you can do. Everything is all in one book. Then I also give you some extra practice problems. Some of them are closely test related. And then, of course, the answer is on the backhand side of it. And at the end of every volume, you get a chapter test. So you can sit down, time yourself, and then try to do your chapter test. There is an answer key. But if you want to see me break down step by step how I got these answers, there is like an additional fee, but I do have all the stuff written down. Now, for the first volume, you also get reference pages. Remember, we were talking about positive and negative numbers when you're multiplying and dividing? Everything is right here, okay? Then you get all your other resource pages, everything that's dealing with this volume. Now, for the first one, I gave you an extra bonus. The exponents flashcards are also in it. Okay, you can order your book and you can click the link that's on my profile, or you can go straight to the big A, you know, the brown box with a smile on the face. Okay, if you do want to order your copies of these. Okay, so, and I'm still working on improving as best I can, but these are the things that you're going to need to kind of help you with that math, be it SAT, ACT, GED, all the letters of the alphabet. I feel like it. And also homeschool. So if you need any of those, that's where you can go. All right. Okay. Buy one, but it's volume 3. Okay. Yep. Volume 3, I think that is the solving the equations. I know a lot of you guys struggle with slope. If you want to do slope, I think it's volume 4 is what you want if you're doing with slope. But if anything, click the link in my bio and it will give you everything that you need on there. All right. So if you have any questions, go ahead and put it, just send me a message, send me a DM. If you have any questions on what book you want to purchase, or if you just have any questions, period, I do online tutoring. I only have a couple slots on a Saturday and a couple on Monday. That's all I got. Everything else is jam-packed. Okay, so keep being good to yourself. If you have questions, do not hesitate. And I will be on, my next time will probably be Friday evening. Yeah, I got a new kid during the 3 o'clock slot. So Friday evening, I'll be back on, as well as Saturday and Sunday. All right, everyone, have an amazing, is there a unit circle? There's a unit circle when it comes to my resource pages, okay? All right, what time? It's going to be whenever I'm free, because right now tutoring is in full swing. There's times I'm tutoring till midnight. So I just have to do what I can do. All right. Okay, so definitely DM me if you need anything. Okay, say more than just hi, and I will talk to you soon. Okay, everyone. Bye now.